Good morning, everybody. Shift your mindset here with a new episode, and it's the first week of 2025. And I wanted to motivate you guys to start living the life you want. And why is that? That's because you're a JW, but maybe you're mentally out, or you're an ex-JW. And what I see often with ex-JWs also is that they are regretting the time they spent in the Jehovah's Witnesses, and life sucked as a Jehovah's Witness, and it keeps on sucking as an ex-Jehovah's Witness. And why is that? That's because we've been hurt. We've been traumatized. We are angry, we're feeling guilt, we are ashamed. And I've been to all the roller coaster of those emotions myself. I get it. I get it a lot. But I want to motivate you guys today to start living your life. Don't see your life as a closed book. See the Jehovah's Witness history of you as a chapter in a book. And take your strength from that chapter, and not only guilt or feeling remorse or whatever. Why? Life is happening for you, not to you. That's my main message. And one way to do it is to let go of all those emotions that attach you to the old you. Start building on a new you. We are not the JW anymore, but I see a lot of people arguing on websites or forums, online, and they still keep themselves in that same mentality, attacking other people, feeling guilty about things, struggling with things. And yes, we keep on struggling with things, but the best thing you can do is let things go. And like I said, I get it. The first thing I said to myself when I was leaving Jehovah's Witnesses was, I wasted 40 years almost of my life. I could be a professional tennis player. I could do this, I could do that. And it was all not possible because my parents didn't allow me to do things. I had to please other people. I was running around as a headless chicken, more hours. And if you're not a ministerial servant, no one takes you seriously. And you're at the age of 30, 35, you have to become an elder, otherwise you're spiritual weak, guilt, shame, everything. I get it. But my message to you today is let it go. Because that time didn't define you as a person. And my mother had a favorite scripture. She passed away, but I was remembering it, and I often tell it to my wife. She has a favorite scripture, and she always said it out loud, at least once a day. And for her, it was the Jehovah's Witness religion. It was paradise, paradise, paradise. And we have that, maybe we still have that as an ex-JW, that martyr syndrome, that you have to be the one who takes upon the whole world and be a martyr for the better outcome for something. We are thinking about paradise. Nobody has ever been there. We don't know if it's gonna happen. We are postponing everything in life. We can't enjoy things in life because we have that complex of postponing everything a normal human being would love for the better, for the higher good, for the higher goal. And my message to you is stop doing that and make yourself your goal. Why? She had a famous scripture in Hebrew, and it is, faith is the assured expectation of what is hoped for, the evident demonstration of realities that are not seen. So faith is the assured expectation. And although I'm not believing everything in the Bible, or as God as a person who's gonna judge me with good or right or this or that, or if I do this then you'd be angry at me and then I'm a goat and not a sheep anymore and stuff like that. That's not what it's meant to be. Faith is the short expectation of what is hoped for. Do you know what it is, this scripture? Ask and it is being given. That are for me what I call it today affirmations. And affirmations are strong. Affirmations are strong when they are positive. And for me it's like manifestation. And it's here, it says, the evident demonstration of realities that are not seen. Yet, I would add to this scripture, yet, you are able to create your reality that you are not seeing at this moment. But it can be true. And it can happen. And even if I'm not there yet, I have manifested a lot of things already. Things and realities that I've not seen before, but only I could dream of. But your mind doesn't make a difference between reality and dreaming. The dream, because if you're dreaming, it can be so true that you are in the middle of the dream. So a helpful tool for me is visualization. When I left the Jehovah's Witnesses, I was feeling guilty, I was feeling down, I was feeling hammered. I thought, oh, the best years of my life are gone. And I was a victim of my own mentality. And I see it in a lot of JWs still, ex-JWs still. They have still that same mentality that their life sucks and yeah, it's hard and stuff like that. And it is hard, don't get me wrong. But every second of the day, you have a choice to think differently. And what makes me think differently was, okay, I can be negative, I can be thinking that I'm not capable of doing it, I can think that I'm not worth to get money, to do things I love. I can think that I'm not good enough. I can think that I'm no good, that I don't deserve love or whatever. Or I can think I am good enough. I can think, hey, if people don't like me, that's fine. I like myself. I can think, hey, I'm getting it. Whatever it takes, I don't give up, I'm getting it. So, I'll let you in on a little inside story of my life. It's my example. You have your own life, you can create your own realities, and it's just an example of how it's possible to create everything you desire. And not with doubts, but that you are really strong believing that it's gonna happen in your life. So ask yourself the question, who am I? That was an important question for me. I learned it from Wayne Dyer. He said, who am I? I'm a godly creature with an human experience. And that's what I believe also. We can differ with different opinions about it, but that's how I believe it. You can believe anything you want for yourself. But most important, what he says, Wayne Dyer, was, don't die with your music still in you. And that meant for me, you're not wasted 40 years. You took it as a path for experiencing the life you had, you didn't like, you adjusted your life, and now you know what you want in life. And one of the things that helped me was visualizing what my life would look like. I wanted freedom because I was in a Jehovah's Witness religion without freedom. I wanted to express my feelings. I wanted to express my opinions without being judged by others. To do that, I have to be a non-judgmental person myself, was the logical reasoning and thinking. So I'm no judgmental person anymore. Of course, it slips in. I judge somebody or my wife or whatever, what she say. But in general, I have no judgment. We can differ from opinions, we can have different views. You be you, I be me. Hey, it's all good. And it makes life a lot easier. And that's what I wanted to give you for today. My life after leaving the Jehovah's Witnesses was so fulfilling, so much more in depth, more empathic people around me, more compassionate people around me. Even if I speak to ex-JWs now, I never seen them, but you feel that connection, and that connection is much better than the connections, the superficial connections we had as a JW. And that's undescribable for me, because I never felt it before. But anyone who starts living as an ex-JW, you have your whole life in front of you. What age you are, doesn't matter. You still have your music in you. And start playing that band. Start using it as a spark, as fuel, that you are going for the best version of yourself. If I go to the church, I fall asleep. Because they're saying, oh no, but you have to believe in God and stuff like that and go away with that. But here it says clearly that faith is the assured expectation of what is hoped for. It's in the Bible, but if you confront them with them, they use it on another level. And they always take God into it and right or wrong and this and that, but it's a demonstration of realities that are not seen. There is so much we are not seeing right now, but it's already there for you. We don't have to wait till paradise is coming. Nobody knows if paradise is coming. And even if you made it to paradise, then after 1,000 years we get Satan again, and people are gonna fall for Satan again, and then we have all the trouble again, and then we have to start over again. And after that we have to educate all the people who are coming from the dead, and it's so much work. For me, it's crazy to think that paradise is gonna be a joyful place. And the best thing you can do is to create a joyful place now for yourself. So one thing I learned to do that is visualization. Here you see we have him. That's one of the things we manifested. As a young kid, I wanted a pool. And my father talked me out of it. You don't deserve a pool, you don't need it. In paradise we have rivers to swim and you can jump off rocks and stuff like that. But I didn't want to wait till paradise, so I manifested it right now. 2 little donkeys. They're not little. I always wanted donkeys, and they are here in my life. I wanted a house with a view, and it's not about the house, people. Don't get me wrong. I take you into my personal life. Why? To see what I've manifested. What we manifested. Sorry, wife. What we manifested. And that's where it's about. Garage, Ford Ranger. And you can think, oh, do you need a big car? Yes, I need a big car. Why? Because I'm a big guy and I like the model, the Ford Ranger. And what I like more is that it keeps me safe on the road. We have a lot more potholes here in South Africa than in other countries. And it's a safe vehicle for me to drive in. It's because I like it, but also very much because it's practical. And that's for me the most important thing. Water tanks. Many people don't know it, water tanks, but it's connected to a filtration system. Supply of water is not a common thing here. So that's why we have water tanks. The municipality sometimes stops supplying water, then we have our own water. That's why I busy. Next month they start with solar with batteries. So I'm not dependent on the government anymore. If they switch off the electricity, it's not my problem anymore. Then the whole house and the house downstairs, there's a 3-bedroom house downstairs for the guests, holiday guests or other people who come and visit us. We can supply everyone and ourselves of all the power we need to enjoy life. It's an investment, but I want to go a little bit off the grid, because there in the back at that shed we're starting with a vegetable garden. So we have our own tomatoes, we have our own chilies, we have our own lettuce, we have all that stuff. We are planting it now for the new round, but it's for us a good thing because we want to eat good food. So that's why we have a vegetable garden. That was something I always wanted. I was always curious about, and I don't know much about it, about vegetable gardens and stuff like that. But YouTube is your friend. We have a worker, helps us in the garden, cut the grass, maintain everything. But he also knows a lot about vegetable gardens. So I'm learning every day from him. And how cool is that? That with simple things you can learn a lot. But I want what I said, freedom, financial freedom. So we don't have a loan anymore, we don't have a mortgage. I could sell my house very good in the Netherlands because there are not enough houses now, so they pay top prices for the houses, far above the asking price. And that's why we could buy stuff like this in South Africa. Houses are cheaper than in the United States or as in Europe, most countries of Europe. And we have more than 2 hectares of land where we can live freely, because I don't want people close by. That's not because I don't like people, because I like my freedom and I don't want to be interfering with other people if I don't want to. So freedom, financial freedom, and I want to make up my own mind, my critical thinking skills, and say what I want to say, do what I want to do, if I'm not harming anybody, of course. That's my goal. That's why I go to solar. I'm going a little bit off the grid. Why? I don't want to depend on everybody if I have to. I want to depend on myself. And if I can take control of that, I'm doing that. So this is all still forest. We're gonna build here. And I want to let you in on some ideas what do I have for this year. I want an ATV because I'm walking now up and down the whole thing, and I want a quad to move things for feeding the animal, hay, grass, and just for fun. Why? Because I want something like that. I want to enjoy life, and I'm enjoying life when I do. So I'm on top of the mountain now, on top of a plot. It's a little bit windy, sorry for the sound. This, here lives the worker outside shower. With 30 degrees, people, best thing you can do, outside shower. Look, nice veranda. And I have to say, he's living on one of the best, he has one of the best views there are. And that's a crazy thing, huh? He has also his own water supply. So he's living the good life here. Also stables. Stable for the donkeys. When it's raining, it should be raining now, I hope, in a few days. Then the donkeys are safe and they can go in, and then they can sleep peacefully without anyone distracting of getting wet. This is the whole chicken coop. Chickens are inside there. They're having a good life. They have a big place to live in. This, from this side all the way to here is the house. And I must say, guys, it's too big for us. So we're gonna, but also families coming over next year, so then we have more people into the house. So that's good. This is Blackie. This is a chicken, one of the chicken. It's hot, huh? Yeah, it's hot. So that's a little tour of the house, people. Not to brag, but to let you see what I manifested through visualization. And it's the best thing you can do. And you don't need a church for it. If you want to go to a church, that's good. But my professional opinion, it's not professional, it's a private opinion, is that I don't need a church to get the life that I want. And I'm now here in the forest, and I'm gonna build something with my wife between those trees. In the next couple of months, we're gonna build our little home here, and we're gonna live here, because I just want a nice outside area with a braai, a fireplace where we can sit and where we can enjoy life with the chicken, with the donkeys, and also with the cats. And that's about life, people. That's doing the things you want in your life. You don't need to wait about a paradise. You don't need to let other people tell you how to think what to think, how to do it. It's already in the Bible. Faith, that's a sure expectation. And that's why I do what I do at my way. That's through visualization, affirmations. I have quotes all around the house, thanks to my wife. She's very good at it. We have everywhere quotes, step it up, get it done, and that's how we do it. You have to get the job done. If you love something so good, then you will do anything to achieve it. I wanted to rescue 2 donkeys. I wanted to rescue more donkeys, but we started with 2. Then, without knowing it, we talked to someone in the neighborhood. She said, oh, you have to go there, they have horses and blah blah blah. We wanted to go for a horse first for my wife, and then we came there and there were 2 little sweet donkeys beaten by people, pulling carts, only 2 years old, too young to work, and you saw the stretches on the faces where they were beaten. And we said to each other, we only looked at each other and we said, wrap it up, we take it home. And we took them home, and we see them now running. They have very big muscles now because they run up and down the hill. And just to see an animal in freedom and living their life how it should be is the most rewarding thing almost I can think of. And it doesn't matter how long the donkey is living, as long as it's living in freedom. Even if she only lived for a week or whatever, it was worth it. They don't have to do the hard labor, they're not beaten anymore. They're in a loving home, they get carrots and apples every day. I call them ghetto donkeys because they are from a township and they are used to search through the waste and stuff like that to get enough food. So sometimes in the morning I come outside and they made a mess. And then I think by myself, instead of getting angry, in the old days I would have been angry at them, and now I just laugh and think, oh, what am I worrying about? It's only a bin, and I lift it up, I put it in the right position, and then it's done. The cats are lying on the couch, whatever. The chickens are coming inside the big house sometimes. I don't care. Why? Because I see that they are happy, and that's what it's all about. I found my happiness after I was leaving the JWs in such a way that I can't describe, but I just want everybody to feel that same feeling, that fulfillment, that you are making a difference for yourself, that you are chasing your goals, that you are living a fulfilling life, not to be at service from somebody else, what's telling you what to feel, what to do, how to feel it, and that you have rules that take away your freedom of thinking, that take away your freedom of moving around, that you feel walking on eggshells and stuff like that. And also as an ex-JW, we still sometimes get that feeling that we're not enough, or that we have to be humble or whatever. You don't have to be humble about, if you have a lot of knowledge, what is wrong with that? Just say I'm a smart ass about this. Then you are a smart ass about that. What are you rather, smart ass or a dumb ass? Yeah, you know, own it. Own your flaws. Own your mental state at this point. Don't stuff it down. Don't make excuses or whatever. Just own it like it is. And we're chasing something and we think, oh, if I do that, then I will be happy. Or, oh, if I do this, then I will be good enough. You're already good enough at this moment. And please, have goals. but don't make those goals the finish line, and put that finish line already behind you. You're already good enough. You're already worth it. Just being born means you are worth of this life. And don't let anyone take your thunder or your shining light away. Don't dim your light because someone else say you're not good enough, or someone say you will not make it, or whatever. Just prove them wrong, in the sense, not for proving them wrong, but don't let you distract from what you want. You can achieve everything in life what you want. But if there's a little bit of doubt, then we mess it up. So go for it. We only have this moment. Nobody is promising, a lot of people are promising paradise. A lot of people are promising you that we could pet a lion and stuff like that. But I'm not crazy enough to go and pet a lion, because that's not gonna happen. Only if it's drugged. But if I go here into the wildlife park and I'm gonna pet that lion, that lioness, I'm gonna regret it. And that's how it is. That's nature. And that's how nature is invented by God or whoever. And God is not gonna make you sleep in paradise with a lion. I never believe that. Because animals stay to be animals. And we're not gonna change that because we think we can pet a bear or whatever. Maybe we can if it's born in captivity, but if it's out there, then it's not gonna happen. So don't get fooled by people who think they have the best interest for you, but it's only about controlling. I want to live my life without being controlled by anybody. I want to live a nice life, I want a comfortable life, and I want to help as many people as I can while I'm living my own life. That's why we have a worker here. That's why we treat him well. We treat him the way he deserves. We deserve the best, and I always hope that other people also carry that on. Let's watch out for each other. Just do good for each other. Because it's just a fake love. There's no governing body member here in South Africa building or putting up those water tanks I have in a village or in a township for people so they improve their life a little bit. Because a lot of people don't have running water. They don't do that kind of things. They only build a kingdom hall. And if you come to the kingdom hall, then you have the whole list of rules, more than Moses ever printed out on the mountain. And then you have to obey to that. And if you don't do it, you're shunned and you're cast away. That's not what life is about. So if you want a real connection with someone, if you want to have a deeper connection with someone, if you want to connect on the same level with people, then you have to leave the Jehovah's Witnesses, because it's so superficial. Yesterday I got a few pictures. I got a few pictures from a guy. He's watching this YouTube channel. We sometimes call each other. It's relaxed. It's never that time or whatever. If we feel like it, we call each other. And we already, I don't know how he's feeling it, but I feel already a friendship. I never saw the guy, lives in Norway, and he sent me the pictures of the Northern Lights. And I thought, yes, that's gonna be my goal. I wanna see those Northern Lights for myself. I only saw the pictures. I'm going to Norway, I'm going to Finland, wherever I have to be to see those Northern Lights. But that's in my top 10 for this year, the Northern Lights. And I don't know when, but I'm gonna manifest it. I'm already having it into my mind. And when the time comes, I get that feeling that I gonna have to do something. It's like you're being guided. It's scary, but it's also something you feel you have to do. And that is the best feeling, guys, because I had it with the first house we bought in South Africa. I had my house here. My wife had still her own house. We flew to South Africa. We bought a house here in South Africa, so I had 3 houses. I didn't have the money for the house here in South Africa. I sold my house in the Netherlands, and that amount that I was left after the mortgage was, how do you call it? The mortgage was paid for. That amount was exactly the amount I needed for buying the house here in South Africa. And that's pure faith. That was pure faith. And that's when I remembered my mother with her verse, like, faith is the assured expectations. I had to buy the house. I didn't have the money. I sold my house in the Netherlands. And after all the costs were deducted, it was left, what was left, exactly the amount I needed to buy the house here. And from there, I saved money and we bought the house here. And I'm still waiting to sell the house on the other side of South Africa, in the other province. But I know it will be happening when it's the best timing for us. So I thought a few months ago, oh, it's taking a long time. What do I see now? I see that the currency in this country is getting stronger. So I get more money out of it. So I think, hey, that's why it's happening not that quick. Because the universe is taking care of me, that the best outcome is there for me. And we want to be in control of things, but let go of the control of things. Just visualize your goals. I want to get my driver license, but I don't know how. Doesn't matter. I want to ride a bike, but I'm 70 years old. Doesn't matter. There is a way of doing it. And that's where you don't stop when the music is still in you. Don't die. Because there is much left to live for. So start living your life. One of the goals of us is I'm gonna build a little bit of a spa wellness here. I want 2 floating cabins. If you ever have done it, you will agree with me. It's a salt floating pot. It's like floating in the Dead Sea. You don't sink. You float on the water, you see the stars, you hear some music, and after an hour you feel like a born child. It's warm, it's cozy, it's like after getting a massage. I want a massage room, I want a sauna. Next to the sauna, I want a cold bath tub or cold water experience. And what did I want even more? A sauna. Oh yeah, jacuzzi. I want a jacuzzi. I don't know if I put it here at my house, at our house, or we put it for the people also who visit us and for the whole area who's gonna day visit us. I want a little bit of wellness. Why? I enjoy a sauna. I enjoy getting a massage. I enjoy a hot tub. In the old house here in South Africa, we had a hot tub and I was in it every single day. I love it. Warm water, bubbly. I'm in, guys, with a little bit of a beer next to it. In the evening, enjoy the day. Speak with your wife about the day. How you're gonna do it tomorrow. Have some good conversations. That's what life is about. Fill it with friends, family if you got. I don't got family, but from my wife's end I have family. And there are a lot of ex-JWs who are really good people who you can connect with. And just go out of your mind. Go out of the rules, the conditioning and everything and start living. Do crazy things, do spontaneous things. If you feel like, oh, I like a cappuccino now, go into the town, get a cappuccino. Who knows who you're talking to? Who knows what doors are opening? Yesterday I was looking for the cat, last thing. Then we came to a place, I ring the bell, he said, oh sure, you can look at this property. He has about 300 hectares behind us there. 300 hectares. He had wildebeest, he had bucks, he had springboks, he had zebras, everything was walking there. So instead of focusing on Baloo and oh it's so bad and he's gone, and we had faith that one day he's coming back. My wife does every day something. She's searching for him, yelling for him, but not from despair, but out of faith. She knows 100% that he is coming back one day. And I believe her, because if someone has faith, then she is the one. If she is fully committed to something, she really believes, then nothing can stop her from doing something. And that's my message for you. Let nobody stop you from the things you want to do. So start living, people, in 2025. Let me know what your goals are. My goals are starting with our own home, getting a little bit of traveling again, because we're here for 3 years already. We didn't travel only for business things. We want to travel. I want to see the Northern Lights. I'm gonna visit my friend in Norway for sure then, if I'm in the neighborhood. We're getting to Italy this year because of a wedding, so I'm happy also about that. And from the wedding we're gonna visit some Cinque Terre and stuff like that, some nice cities. Just quality time for me and my wife. Get out of the hustle here, out of the peace and quiet, and traveling. So wellness, building a house. I'm gonna let you guys know how it's going. I'm gonna take you with me with building the house. We're gonna travel a little bit. Let me know what your plans are for 2025 and commit to those plans, people. Because if you commit to those plans, I'm sure you get what you want. So start manifesting the life you want. Don't wait for it, but go for it now. Thank you for watching, guys. We see each other on the next episode.